Facebook, what's up? I say Facebook, right? I don't, so there's all kinds of social media platforms. I'm trying to, like, expand, but, it's hard to keep up with that shit, right? So I just kind of, like, stuck with Facebook and, I don't know, but, hazards on. Wow, so, yeah, so figured I'd take a minute, right? Give you guys an update, or I just kind of like talk into this camera, right? Because that's all I got, right? So yeah, another exciting day. Of course, I kind of figured it would be. So I guess some things I got to touch on, right? My buddy. I'm not even gonna get into names, but so as far as there's been some inquiry, right? Like, what's Steve doing? Like, what's he got going on? He's we see him all over the place, and he said he wasn't doing heat and air anymore. And it's like, you know what? Probably the best thing for everybody to do is just mind your own business. I say that, right? Because I don't fucking know what's going on out here. Straight up. Nobody talks to me. Nobody really shares anything with me. Not that I'm, at this point you can't even really share anything with me at this point, because it's like, to do so, it's only going to get met with just more questions. You know what I mean? So, let me think here. So, like, what am I doing these days, right? Well, I'm just doing me. A whole lot of fucking nothing, to be honest with you. And it's like, well, why are you doing nothing, Steve? It's like, well, it's like when you become aware, right? When you become aware of some things, it's like, I don't fucking want to. There's this thing that compels us to move, right? The thing that compels, right? What is it? I mean, I'm sure the thing that compels is, even though it's something that's not talked about, like, at least that's what my experience tells me, I would, I'd put money on the fact that, there's a lot more awareness to this specific thing than, people let on. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but, so one of the themes for today, and, over the last couple of weeks, has been like, so when the losers get on the fucking mic to talk shit, right? Just fucking talk shit back. Straight up. Talk shit back. What the fuck else are we gonna do? It's like, just be cordial. Yeah. So, man. So, what's Steve doing these days? Well, so the fulfillment that I get in terms of, like, actually, providing a service is just meandering, and I like to pick up trash, right? And it's like, whoa, you're onto something here, man. And it's like, so this is my custom, right? Got custom grip. I got that special op light. I got that quick clip, for quick release. Yeah, I got a bucket. I just walk down the road and pick up trash, right? And I get fulfillment out of it, right? So I'm doing a lot at one time. So I am providing a service, of course, and I am also, so there's no, for me, there's no, like, deadline, right? There's no end, right? And it's those ends that, like, fuck, man, they would get me so fucking jammed up, and it's like the ends, you're getting out there into that business world. And I'm not saying that there's anything, this was my experience, right? So I'm not putting down business, I'm not going to do that, and I wouldn't do that, right? Because I can see where business, it provides a crucial function, for all of us. And it's like, so, as far as business goes, I've been a pretty busy guy. Like, I've been so busy that, it's, and we could say busy, or we could just say that I've been so fucking hyper focused on the end, right? It's like, because that's how I'm fucking built. I'm built to get in here, fucking handle my shit, and fucking move on, man. It's just the fucking moving on part, it's like, so I've come to see where maybe it's that people become so accustomed to me doing shit that, like, because they can't do it, I guess. Anyway, I'm not being condescending here. I got to kind of take this attitude, this, like, because otherwise it can invite a lot of fucking anger, And it's like, so anger at this point, I've had lots of time to process this shit, all of it, right? And it's like, well, what shit, Steve? And it's like, well, you know what? You fucking tell me what shit. How about that? You fucking tell me what shit, In the meantime, I'm just gonna fucking keep meandering, oscillating, picking up trash. And so I'm gonna be honest with you, like, some of the things that you could say that I'm working towards is like an entire new approach to this business concept, right? An entire new approach, And I'm not gonna, like, of course I wouldn't tell you exactly what I'm talking about, because, I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. And so it's like this approach, and it's like, it's so it's non-profit. I'll put that. I'll throw that out there, and it's just geared towards community service. Why not? Why not? I just keep picking up trash, man. Straight up. I like it. And there's a method to my madness, right? And it's like, it's not just, picking up trash. It's like, look, so I'm out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. Let me flip the camera around. Completely isolated, secluded. A lot of good stuff, man. Just walking, in nature. I would say, I'm gonna flip the camera back around. I would say that without it, man, I'd be kind of, I don't want to say jammed up, because I don't necessarily know exactly what the future holds, but I can see where without this, to be idle isn't cool. And it's like, to go out there and embark on certain things, it's not possible for me right now. It's just not. Straight up. It's not possible. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot going on that I've just not shared, right? And it's like, I've not shared mainly because I don't want to get fucking angry. And it's like, I probably should get angry. And it's like, so anger really doesn't help anyone. And it's like, it's funny because since I've taken this approach to, like, really control that shit as far as the anger aspect, and I've done that, for a long time, it's, it's the other side now. It's like, man, chill out. It's not that serious. And it's like, so why would you get upset about this particular thing? Like, do you have an interest? And if that's the case, let's talk about it, right? Let's, fill me in. Straight up. Fill me the fuck in. Fill me in. But, no, nobody really talks. Nobody really shares shit with me. And I guess we can say that it's a good thing, too, right? I'm just going to keep it on that whole theme. Good thing, right? Because, again, at times, man, when I say dark, like, this shit gets dark, there's all kinds of aspects that we can kind of, like, as far as, like, it could be dark, it could be fucking obscure, it could be subtle, it could be, unconscious. So, like, and a lot of the stuff that, like, there's been a desire to share, but yet I haven't, mainly is because of people, right? We could say people, we could say actors, we could say, say whatever. But it's like, I mean, there's certain components to this whole thing where, you know, I've had restraint, you know. I haven't really, it might, I don't know how it's perceived outside looking in, but like, you know, I'm never really impulsive. Like, it might seem that way, but, you know, you better believe that, you know, we're talking like years and years and years and years and years. I mean, I got stuff, like, I got stuff that I've just been lugging around, right? I got, like, you know, I got, like, really high-tech shit. High-tech computer stuff. I promise you, I got, like, the best computer in the world. You know, it's so powerful that at times I can't even fucking use it because I feel like it's just sucking the fucking life out of me. I swear to God. Like, hit the download button, it's just like, you know, I'm serious. This fucking computer's nuts. It's so nuts that I got it, like, tucked in a special bag. But, nah, man, there's just been a lot going on, man. I'm probably the most hacked man in the world. You know, I say that as a matter of fact. You know, and a part of it has been to get away from that. You know, it's because it's like, you know, I've had my sights set on certain things, and it's like, so, you know, as far as this whole, you know, hacking, it's like, so it's not, you know, I can see where it kind of like steers, man. You know, where's it steering me to? You know, no idea. But I guess while I'm on here, I just wanted to also talk about some people, right? Some people that have really, I mean, I say people, and I don't even know who I'm going to bring up right now. There's one person in particular that I'm going to start with, and Elliot Hulse, right? Yo, Elliot. If you guys haven't heard of him, so he's got Strength Camp, Yo, Elliot Hulse. He is on TikTok, and he's on YouTube, of course, right? So I got hip to Elliot, I don't know, 5 years? No, wait more. I don't know. Let's say 6, 7, 8 years. You know, I'm not really good as far as nailing down specific time, but Elliot Hulse, right? So the theme of becoming the best version of yourself, I would never claim that to be my own, as far as that, you know, to be the best version of yourself. I got it from him. And, you know, so what struck me about Elliot was his ability to talk fluently into a camera. And for me, right, so this is coming from a person, from a man who throughout his entire life has always had something to say, right? I've always had something to say. I've always had something good to say, right? And it's like, you know, at times, just depending on the particular whatever, the connection between like what's going on in here to my mouth, you know, at times it's just, I know why, you know, I know fucking why. But that's what impressed me with Elliot, man. Was this guy would flow, and his words were eloquent, and it was, you know, like there was his intros, his outros, and they're all smooth. And it's like, man, this guy's got it going on. And then he was talking about philosophical type stuff, you know. So Elliot Hulse, man, I really respect that man, straight up. And you know, we can say that when this, I started to ramp all this stuff up in terms of like trying to collect everything. Elliot was right there, and he, yeah, he reached out, and I don't want to say he reached out to me, but he had something on his Instagram deal about Kings, and I answered one of his questions, right? And I thought I answered it really good. I don't know, at the time it just like it flowed out. And from there, I'm not really sure. So I kind of got a little. Now I know Elliot's a busy man, right? So of course Elliot's not doing all this stuff himself. Right? You know, I would not expect him, you know, in any way, shape, or form to be able to handle all that. He could be, you know, I could be completely mistaken. I don't know him personally on a personal level. I just know him through this whole realm. And so when I did all that and I reached out, it just kind of felt like there was you know, it felt like my fucking phone was getting hacked, you know. So you kind of get steered into these places as far as, hey, click here, click here, click here, click here, and it's like, well, what the fuck are we? It seems like I'm going around in circles. And then I noticed like there was a, I clicked something and then it was like downloading something, right? So from there I was like, I can't do this, right? And the intention, as far as on their end or whose ever end, could have been completely, honest. And it's just that for me, like, so there's a lot going on, right? And it's like, the whole controversy aspect of this has been like, at the forefront because I want to get all of this back. Fuck all this dumb shit. Like, I don't even want to really kind of go into it because my experience tells me that it's a waste of fucking time. But it's just, I don't know. Elliot, I appreciate you, bro. I do, man. Like, you're a fucking beast, man. So I don't know. You had some shows, man. So when you were just starting out, man, you had that shop down in Florida, and you would share things that you know what? I would like purposely not have the money for my rent or something, right? And you'd be like, you know what? Just like that, it always comes through, and it's like, man, you know what? He's right. He's right. And it's like, well, why would that be the case? And it's like, well, it's like one of the, like, so when shit gets dark, for me, in terms of like, we could say the stuff being pumped in, we're talking fucking, it's so easy to like lock onto that stuff and like retain it, and it's like without having an opposing viewpoint, man, I can see where people can be in trouble, right? So the opposing viewpoint that I've just locked onto, and I was rigid, was that essentially the world, the universe, whatever you want to call it, like it wants the same thing that I want. Like, why would it not, right? Harmony, of course it would. I can't say that in the moment, in the now. We could say that like that's been an area that I've kind of explored. The power of now. So there's a lot going on here because it's like, so I don't know, man. There's just a lot going on. It's 17 minutes. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna get out here and pick up some trash. Enjoy some of this nature with my custom picker. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh yeah, so it's like, Dennis Oshel. What are you going to be doing now as far as your professional? You know what? I'm thinking about becoming a rapper, hip hop, teaming up with Eminem. I don't know. Seems pretty cool. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon.